Wow, look at this. Today I am making oats cupcake. This is a must to have in your fridge for single men. It's a grab to go meal. You can have it for breakfast in the middle of the day. Perfect. So I'm going in with 2 cups of oatmeal. Then I am going to soak this into 2 cups of milk so that it just deepens the flavor of your cupcakes and it gives it that nice moisture. So let this sit for about 10 minutes. Do not rush it. Let it sit inside this soak meat and do not overmix it as well. Then I'm going in with all purposes flour, wheat. You can use any flour you have, but I prefer the wheat one, all purpose. So I'm going in with 2 cups of that. So now we are starting with our dry ingredient. In case you miss some of the things I'm going to say, I'll put in the description. This is my country African nutmeg. Then I have baking soda, baking powder, and I have salt. You can also use cinnamon if you don't have the African nutmeg. This is our dry ingredients. I'm going to mix this up very well. Then I'm going in with brown sugar. Make sure you really mix that up and crump it. Not really crump it. What I mean is make sure there is no those balls of the brown sugar. Make sure that everything is break down so that it's nicely smooth. That's why I'm using my hands. And then I'm going to mix this all up very well. So the sugar went into the oatmeal that we left for 10 minutes to sit with the milk. Then I'm going in with 80 ml of oil. Then I'm putting in some vanilla extract, mixing the wet together now. Then I'm going to mix the 2 eggs on the side. You can put it in directly, but I prefer doing it this way. And then I'm gonna mix this up to our wet ingredients. So this is one of the meal you need to have as a single man in your fridge. It is just so easy to pick and go. So now I'm mixing the dry with the wet together. Now this is where the whole magic in. Do not overmix, otherwise your cupcakes are not going to come out great. So just go gentle. So then make liquor warm water and use an ice cream scoop for accuracy. Hi, this English word. I mean for right measurement. And then I am going in on top, sprinkling it with some brown sugar. You can use brown sugar, white sugar. I have brown sugar. Then I'm going in with some oatmeal on top, just for indication that it's an oatmeal cupcake. Look at this. This looks delicious. Hope you